Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up. Because what just unfolded between Remy Ma, Claressa Shields, and Papoose is not your everyday celebrity drama. This isn't some tabloid blurb or messy club night gone viral. This is public humiliation weaponized, served fresh on Instagram Live, reheated on Twitter, and now being fed cold to Remy Ma during what may be the most fragile moment of her entire career. What we're witnessing isn't just infidelity. It's betrayal on a level that feels strategic, performative, and ultimately devastating. Let's set the scene. Remy Ma, the Bronx-bred battle rapper turned industry icon, is currently in the fight of her life. She's in court, surrounded by whispers of legal trouble, already under intense scrutiny. The courtroom is tense, every glare, every movement under the magnifying glass. She's trying to hold it together, to maintain that fierce composure she's always been known for. Her eyeliner is sharp, her lips pressed tight, her stare focused like steel on the judge. And then, out of nowhere, a viral clip explodes across the timeline. In this clip, none other than Claressa Shields, the undefeated boxing champion, known not just for her fists, but for her fiery mouth and unapologetic presence. And what does she say for the world to hear? With a smirk painted across her face and confidence boiling out of her pores, she says, "That man, he's my future husband." The man she's referring to, Papoose. Yes, that Papoose, the once celebrated husband who stood by Remy during her prison bid, the man who wrote her letters, visited her religiously, and built an entire brand on loyalty. The Papoose fans once called the last real one, the ride-or-die archetype, the poster boy for patient black love. And now he's standing next to Claressa Shields, calm as ever, nodding silently. No denial, no surprise, no shame. The internet imploded. Twitter threads lit up within minutes. TikTok turned it into a full-blown trend. YouTube Reels, commentary videos, memes, fan theories, it was everywhere. The courtroom wasn't just about legal proceedings anymore, it was emotional warfare. The public didn't wait for context. They didn't wait for clarification. They turned on Remy like vultures circling a wounded lioness. What makes this worse is the timing. This isn't drama that surfaced months after a divorce or even during a casual separation. This happened while Remy is sitting in a courtroom, fighting for her name, her freedom, and now, her dignity. Claressa's declaration wasn't whispered in a group chat or leaked by some paparazzi. It was spoken out loud, on camera, proudly. A declaration of dominance, not love. A calculated blow in front of millions. And Papoose, he didn't flinch. This wasn't just a love triangle. This is a PR war, a psychological ambush, a digital assassination of a woman already trying to stay afloat. Remy Ma, a woman who survived prison, who went head-to-head with Nicki Minaj, who carved her way back into an unforgiving industry, is now crumbling. And we all saw it happen in real time. Rumors began swirling almost instantly that Remy collapsed in court after seeing the video. One report claimed she gasped, clutched her chest, and just dropped. Courtroom staff allegedly cleared the room. Her attorney yelled. The judge sat in stunned silence. Phones were confiscated, but the damage was already done. The video was everywhere. No spin, no cleanup, no PR team in the world could scrub that kind of humiliation from the public eye. And just when we thought it couldn't get darker, a new audio clip surfaced. Grainy, shaky, like someone recorded it from a purse or a pocket, trying not to get caught. But the voice in the clip, it was raw, pained, heartbreaking, a woman sobbing, gasping, whispering the same phrase over and over. I gave him everything, and she still won. Was it Remy? Fans were convinced. The cadence, the emotion, the despair, it felt too real. Too specific. It didn't sound like an actress or a fake. It sounded like a woman who had just watched her world unravel with the whole internet watching. And Claressa, she doubled down. In a now-deleted Instagram Live, because of course the screen recordings live on, she said, "I ain't no homewrecker. That home was already wrecked. I just stepped in with the cleanup crew." The comments under that live were pure chaos. Some people praised her boldness. Others called it cruelty. One user wrote, "Claressa just dropped the diss track of the year without even rhyming." Another said, "Somebody send Remy a therapist, a lawyer, and a break." But the silence from Papoose, that was loudest of all. Not a single denial. No tweets, no interviews, no statements, just him quietly standing beside Claressa. Body language, composed, unbothered. As if this was all part of the rollout. And then, A leaked text thread allegedly between Claressa and a close friend hit the blogs. In it, she wrote, "He told me Remy broke him down. Every time he spoke up, she laughed in his face. I just listened." The friend responded, "Girl, sounds like you giving him the peace he never had." That was all the public needed to switch the narrative. Suddenly, Papoose wasn't just an unfaithful husband. He was a victim. A man emotionally neglected. A man mocked in interviews. Fans started pulling up old clips of Remy brushing him off, laughing at his gestures, calling herself the alpha in the relationship. And Claressa, she positioned herself as the calm, understanding alternative. The internet declared a winner, and it wasn't the wife. TikTok trends popped up almost instantly. Videos titled "How Remy Lost Her Man in 6 Moves" showed step-by-step breakdowns of interview clips, timelines, body language analysis. There were even skits reenacting Claressa's mic drop moment. One creator said, "She didn't steal him. She just caught what was already falling." And just when we thought the heartbreak couldn't go deeper, another alleged leak emerged. This time from a burner account believed to be tied to Remy Ma herself. A single DM, just a sentence. "All I ever wanted was for him to choose me publicly, just once. And now he did, just not me." It was the final gut punch, a haunting echo of a woman's most intimate fear played out on the biggest stage of her life. It wasn't just that she lost him. It's that he chose someone else, in public, while she was at her lowest. However, Claressa Shields has never been one to hide. Whether she's in the ring or on Instagram, she speaks her mind and stands by it, even if it gets her dragged in comment sections. She's made headlines not just for her dominance in boxing and MMA, but also for her commentary on everything from gender equality in sports to Black female empowerment. She's always unapologetically herself, and if she believes she's earned something, she claims it. So when Claressa says she sees herself as Papoose's future wife, some people are calling it delusional. Others, they're calling it manifestation. Fans were quick to point out that Claressa's no homewrecker, at least not in her own eyes. During the live stream, she clarified, "I'm not here to disrespect no woman. I've got love for Remy as an artist. But sometimes queens outgrow kings, and sometimes kings wake up and realize who their true queen is." It was subtle, but the message was there. Claressa thinks she and Papoose are a better match. Period. As you'd expect, Twitter was on fire within minutes of the clip hitting the net. The reactions were a mix of disbelief, outrage, laughter, and genuine support. Some users defended Claressa, saying she was just speaking her truth. Others dragged her for being out of pocket and accused her of disrespecting Remy. Memes also exploded. One popular TikTok trend showed people dramatically stealing each other's fictional partners, all using Claressa's voice dubbed over. Even celebrities began chiming in. Tamar Braxton tweeted a side-eye emoji with the caption, "That GWOAT confidence different." Meanwhile, boxer Shaker Stevenson defended Claressa on IG Live, saying, "Y'all wild. She ain't doing nothing y'all wouldn't do if it was Idris Elba." Here's the real question everyone's asking. Does Claressa actually know Papoose like that? So far, there's no confirmed connection between them beyond mutual respect. They've crossed paths at award shows and boxing events, but no one's seen them together romantically. No paparazzi photos. No private DMs leaked. No flirtatious back and forth on social media, until now. So is this a calculated move? A viral moment engineered for PR? Maybe. Claressa's no stranger to marketing. But those who know her best say she doesn't bluff when it comes to her personal life. Former trainer John David Jackson told Boxing Monthly, "Claressa doesn't play about anything, especially not love. If she says something, she means it. Whether or not it happens is another story, but trust me, she believes it can." And honestly, that's what makes this story so captivating. Because even if it's just a bold dream, it's a bold dream the internet can't stop watching. The silence from Papoose and Remy Ma is deafening. Neither has commented publicly, though insiders say both are very aware of the viral moment. Remy posted a cryptic Instagram story 2 days later, a black screen with the words, "Some people got ambition. Others got audacity." Fans are interpreting that as a subtle clapback aimed at Claressa. Meanwhile, Claressa is doubling down. She's been tweeting quotes about knowing your worth and going after what's already yours. In a follow-up interview, she told Power 105, "People think I'm being messy. I'm being honest. I'm not asking him to leave anybody. I'm just letting the universe know I see him, and one day he's gonna see me too. However, according to multiple sources close to the couple, including a stylist who has worked with Remy for over 5 years, Remy was initially blindsided by the comments. She reportedly believed her relationship with Papoose was in a good but busy season. With Remy focusing on business ventures, podcasting, and her clothing line, she assumed they were still solid. But then she saw something on his phone. The stylist, speaking under anonymity, said, Remy was already irritated by all the chatter online. Then she saw messages, not cheating, nothing sexual, but admiration. Long, thoughtful messages with Claressa. Pap telling her he respects how hard she's worked. That she's misunderstood. That she reminds him of who he used to be. The stylist claims Remy confronted Papoose immediately, asking why he didn't shut Claressa down after the viral interview. His response, allegedly, was the final straw. Because she didn't lie, she respects me, she sees me. That sentence hit Remy like a punch to the chest. After all these years, all the sacrifices, all the loyalty, to hear the man she stood by suggest another woman sees him more clearly. That wasn't just an emotional wound, that was betrayal. People close to Remy say the argument that followed wasn't just explosive, it was devastating. Words were exchanged. Furniture was thrown. Allegedly, Remy packed a bag and stormed out, leaving their daughter with her grandmother. One source claimed Remy screamed, "You want her? Then go, but don't come back when you realize respect doesn't mean love." She reportedly refused to take Papoose's calls for over 48 hours. Claressa, meanwhile, posted cryptic Instagram stories about truth always revealing itself and letting go of what's dead to make space for what's real. Fans immediately took this as a jab at Remy. It didn't help that Claressa also reposted a fan comment that said, "She's too powerful to be anyone's side piece. If she's in it to win it." Remy's silence, typically her power, began to feel ominous. To understand this possible emotional shift, we have to consider the psychology behind it. Claressa Shields is not just a boxer. She's a fighter in every sense of the word. Born in Flint, Michigan, raised in poverty, abused, counted out, and still rose to be one of the greatest athletes of her generation. Papoose has always admired women who fight. It's what drew him to Remy in the first place. But some believe he now sees Claressa as a version of Remy he hasn't felt in a while. Hungry, raw, intense, emotionally present. Claressa praises him publicly. She talks about his intellect, his artistry, his loyalty. She doesn't just want the husband, she wants the man. And maybe after years of being the support system, the background player in Remy's spotlight, Papoose craves being pursued. Let's not forget, Remy Ma is a survivor too. She came back from prison and rebuilt her career with grit and ferocity. But the cost of that power, sometimes it hardens you. And those closest to you feel the chill. Industry insiders say Remy has become more guarded over the years, less affectionate, more focused on business. Some believe that while she still loves Papoose, she's emotionally exhausted. And in that exhaustion, she may have unintentionally stopped seeing the man behind the myth. But now, she's being forced to reckon with a painful question. Did I forget to water the roots while growing the brand? Social media exploded after the alleged argument leaked. Some fans took Remy's side completely, defending her position and dragging Claressa for audacity. Others, surprisingly, defended Papoose, saying maybe he deserves to feel seen and appreciated after years of quiet loyalty. At the time of this video, Papoose has still made no public statement. He hasn't addressed the allegations, the argument, or Claressa's declaration. His Instagram remains untouched. No stories, no captions, just silence. Remy, however, has posted a new photo. A black and white shot of her in a hoodie, no makeup, eyes closed. The caption?